Most people believe success comes from intensity, from emotion, from pushing harder when you feel inspired and slowing down when you do not. They believe that strong feelings create strong results, that passion alone will carry them forward. This belief sounds good. It feels right, but it is incomplete. And because it is incomplete, it quietly holds people back. Ask yourself this: how many talented people do you know who struggle? How many intelligent people stay stuck? How many driven people burn out, lose focus, or repeat the same mistakes? It is not because they lack desire. It is not because they lack opportunity. Often it is because their emotions lead and their thinking follows. And when emotions lead, direction becomes unstable. The truth is simple, though not easy. Clear thinking creates consistent results. Emotional balance protects clear thinking. Without emotional balance, even the best plans collapse under pressure, not because the plan was wrong, but because the mind was unsettled. You do not rise to the level of your emotions. You fall to the level of your clarity. And clarity is not built in moments of excitement. It is built in moments of calm. It is built quietly. It is built daily. It is built when no one is watching. Imagine a deep lake early in the morning. The surface is still. You can see clearly into the water. You can see the rocks below. You can see the path the water follows. But throw a stone into that lake, just one stone. The surface ripples. The clarity disappears. The water itself has not changed, but your ability to see has. This is how emotions work. The problem is not the depth of your mind. The problem is the disturbance on the surface. Success requires depth, but depth without stillness is wasted. When emotions constantly stir the surface, you cannot see where you are going. You react instead of respond. You rush instead of decide. You defend instead of improve. Invisible work always comes before visible success, and emotional balance is invisible work. No applause, no recognition, just quiet effort, just self-control practiced when it would be easier to let go. Just restraint practiced when reaction feels justified. Think of a skilled craftsman sharpening tools every morning before work. No one praises the sharpening. They only admire the finished product. Emotional balance is the sharpening of the mind. Clear thinking is the tool it produces. Preparation always meets opportunity. This is not a slogan. It is a law. Opportunity does not announce itself in advance. It arrives suddenly, often under pressure, often without warning, and when it arrives, it does not ask how you feel, it asks how prepared you are. If your emotions are unstable, opportunity feels overwhelming. If your thinking is unclear, opportunity feels confusing. But when emotional balance is present, opportunity becomes usable. You see options, you see consequences, you see timing. Pressure does not change who you are. It reveals who you have been practicing to become. Under pressure, habits surface, patterns emerge, and emotional patterns are always exposed. Consider two people facing the same setback: a business loss, a public mistake, a personal disappointment. One becomes defensive. They speak quickly, they justify, they blame. Their emotions demand immediate relief. The other pauses. They listen, they think. They feel the emotion but do not obey it. The situation is the same. The outcome will not be. Or consider a leader under stress. Deadlines tight, expectations high. One raises their voice, makes rush decisions, creates fear. The other slows down, clarifies priorities, communicates calmly. One multiplies chaos, the other reduces it. The difference is not intelligence, it is emotional balance. Focus is fragile, distraction is aggressive. Focus must be protected like gold. Every emotional spike drains attention. Every unchecked reaction steals energy. Clear thinking requires space, and space is created by calm. Not everything deserves a response. Not every thought deserves belief. Not every feeling deserves action. This is not suppression, it is selection. Emotional balance is choosing what matters and letting the rest pass. Growth follows a sequence. always. Learn, apply, evaluate, correct, persist. Miss one step and growth slows. Emotions often interrupt this sequence. They rush learning, they resist evaluation, they avoid correction, they abandon persistence. Discipline outperforms motivation. Motivation rises and falls. Discipline remains. Emotional balance strengthens discipline because it removes negotiation. When emotions no longer decide, systems take over. You act because it is time to act, not because you feel ready. Time teaches patience. Seasons change slowly. You cannot force a harvest by shouting at the soil. Emotional balance accepts timing. It understands that progress compounds quietly, that clarity improves with repetition, that stability grows with practice. Feedback refines thinking. Measurement sharpens judgment. Emotional reactions distort feedback. Calm evaluation improves it. When you can look at results without defending your ego, learning accelerates. Momentum builds like a flywheel. At first, it resists. Effort feels heavy. Results feel small. Emotional impatience quits here. Balanced persistence continues. Eventually, movement becomes easier. Progress becomes visible. Confidence becomes grounded. Breakthrough is not an event, it is a lifestyle. It is the result of many calm decisions made when no one was impressed. Emotional balance does not eliminate emotion, it places feeling in its proper role. You are not here to eliminate emotion, you are here to lead it, to guide it, to use it wisely. Clear thinking is your responsibility, emotional balance is your daily practice. One day, you will face a moment that tests everything. One decision, one response, one pause. And in that moment, you will not rise to your hopes. You will fall to your habits. Build them wisely. And as you continue, remember this: not more emotion, but better control. Not louder effort, but clearer thought. Not faster reaction, but steadier judgment. This is the principle of emotional balance and clear thinking. When you understand this principle, you begin to notice something subtle but powerful. Life does not become easier, but you become steadier, and steadiness changes everything. A steady mind sees patterns where a restless mind sees problems. A steady mind notices options where an emotional mind sees only obstacles. Ask yourself this quietly. When something unexpected happens, what leads first? Your thinking or your feeling? Most people are led by feeling. They react first, then explain later. Emotional balance reverses that order. You notice the feeling, but you do not surrender to it. You give thinking the first word. This is not coldness, it is maturity. It is not indifference, it is responsibility. There is a moment, always a moment, between stimulus and response. That moment is where clear thinking lives. Emotional balance stretches that moment. It gives you space, and space gives you choice. Without space, there is no choice. There is only reaction. Most mistakes are not caused by bad intentions. They are caused by rushed emotions, words spoken too quickly, decisions made too early, actions taken without reflection. Emotional balance slows the process just enough to see clearly. Invisible work continues here. No one sees you pause before responding. No one applauds your restraint. But every time you choose clarity over impulse, you strengthen a pattern, and patterns become character. Character is simply repeated behavior under pressure. Preparation meeting opportunity takes on a deeper meaning here. You cannot prepare emotionally in the moment. You prepare in advance, through habits, through reflection, through discipline. Emotional balance practiced daily becomes clear thinking available instantly. Pressure reveals patterns, always, and the patterns you practice in calm moments will appear in stressful ones. This is why emotional balance cannot be occasional, it must be consistent. Think of a person learning to drive. At first, every movement requires attention. Under pressure, mistakes are common, but with practice, responses become automatic. Emotional balance works the same way. You train calm responses until they become natural. Focus, once again, becomes central. Emotional turbulence scatters focus. Clear thinking concentrates it. You cannot focus deeply while emotionally reactive. The mind jumps, attention fractures, energy leaks. Protecting focus means protecting emotional stability. This may require limiting exposure to constant noise, constant opinion, constant stimulation. Not everything deserves your attention, and not everything deserves your emotion. Ask yourself what you allow to disturb you daily. News, conversations, comparisons, expectations. Emotional balance begins with choice, choosing what enters your mind. Growth requires honesty, and honesty requires calm. When emotions are high, honesty feels threatening. Ego defends, justification appears. Clear thinking lowers defenses. It allows evaluation without self-attack. The growth sequence depends on this: learn, apply, evaluate, correct, persist. Emotional imbalance interrupts evaluation. It turns feedback into insult. Balanced thinking turns feedback into instruction. Discipline, again, is the bridge. Discipline does not mean ignoring emotions. It means not letting them decide. Systems over moods, structure over impulse. Consider how often people say, "I don't feel like it." Emotional balance hears that thought, but does not obey it. Clear thinking asks a better question: what is required now? Strategic patience grows here. Patience is not passive, it is controlled effort over time. Emotional impatience wants immediate relief. Balanced patience wants long-term progress. Seasons teach this lesson. You do not harvest in winter, you prepare, you plan, you wait. Emotional balance respects timing. It does not rush results, it trusts process. Feedback becomes more useful as emotional balance improves. You can measure without judgment, adjust without discouragement, improve without drama. Momentum builds quietly. Emotional stability allows consistency. Consistency creates momentum. Momentum reduces resistance. Progress accelerates. The flywheel turns faster when emotions stop fighting direction. Breakthrough becomes a lifestyle when calm thinking becomes default. You no longer look for dramatic change. You commit to steady improvement. You stop chasing emotional highs and start building emotional resilience. Resilience is not toughness, it is flexibility with stability. You bend without breaking. You adapt without losing direction. Ask yourself now, how often do emotions decide your schedule, your priorities, your words, your reactions? Awareness is the first step. You cannot change what you do not notice. Begin noticing, not judging, not condemning, just noticing. Notice when irritation appears, when frustration rises, when impatience pushes. These are signals, not commands. Emotional balance listens to signals without obeying them blindly. Clear thinking asks, what is this emotion pointing to? Not, how do I get rid of it? Emotions often indicate misalignment, unmet needs, or unclear expectations, but they are messengers, not leaders. When you allow emotions to lead, they exhaust you. When you allow thinking to lead, emotions inform you. This shift changes relationships. Conversations become calmer, conflicts become solvable, listening improves, understanding deepens. It changes work. Decisions become deliberate, mistakes become lessons, pressure becomes manageable. It changes self-respect. You begin to trust yourself. You know you will respond thoughtfully, not impulsively. Self-trust grows from consistency. Consistency grows from emotional balance. Opportunity notices this. People rely on those who are steady. They trust those who think clearly under pressure. Leadership emerges naturally. This is not about becoming emotionless. It is about becoming grounded, present, intentional. There will still be difficult days, strong feelings, unexpected challenges. Emotional balance does not eliminate these. It gives you a way through them. Return again to the lake metaphor. You cannot stop stones from being thrown, but you can allow the water to settle, and when it settles, clarity returns. Practice creates this settling. Daily reflection, conscious pauses, disciplined routines. Ask yourself at the end of each day, where did emotions help me? Where did they hinder me? What did I learn? This is invisible work, but it compounds. Over time, you will notice fewer regrets, fewer rushed words, fewer reactive decisions, not because life is calmer, but because you are. Momentum grows, confidence stabilizes, clarity deepens. One day, under significant pressure, you will pause, you will think, you will respond with calm, and later you will realize that was the moment everything changed. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was different. That difference is emotional balance in action. Clear thinking is not a gift, it is a practice, and emotional balance is the discipline that sustains it. Stay with this practice, not for perfection, but for progress. One calm response, one thoughtful decision, one steady habit at a time, and gradually the principle becomes part of you. You move through life with less noise, less reaction, more intention. You think clearly because you live balanced, and that balance becomes your quiet advantage.